If Jesus had to look down at your life now, would he be happy with the person that you have become?
Would he be happy? I would say no, because why? Because I still have a lot to do.
Someone out there wants to know. Actually, they want to hear.
As I continue walking that path, maybe not a maybe, a definite that I will see God's hand halfway through.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Deep Chats. I'm your host Kuzwai, and as always, I am joined by yet another electrifying guest. Today, I'm joined by a very good friend of mine, Peter. So, with us today, he's going to tell us about a very unique story. There's a story that might leave you in tears, so just make sure you've got your tissue boxes in hand and don't blame me for what comes next. Bro, thank you for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing perfectly fine, and you? How are you?
I'm good, man. Introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who Peter is.
All right. My name is Peter. Peter Tishiku. Originally from Congo, but grew up here like more than 13 years. So
Okay.
my whole life was based in South Africa. And yeah, that's just the gist of Peter. And Peter is a very bubbly person, open up, and that's how he is.
We see that. So I like that you mentioned that. So tell us more about yourself, Peter. How was it growing up?
I mean, growing up was very actually good. It was good at some point, but I mean, growing up with a single father and no mother in the picture was quite very hard, because obviously as men we look for that mommy to be like what mommy's boy exactly.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, I always grew up with like tough love, where like I'm always supposed to be the head.
So was it just you and your mom, or do you have other siblings as well?
Yes, I do have other siblings at the moment. Currently, at the moment, I have 4 behind me.
Oh, okay. So you're the eldest.
Yes, I'm the eldest, and I also just recently found out that I have 2 more. Like, we're
okay.
basically 3, but now we are now 5 in total.
Oh, and these are all younger than you.
Yeah, these are all younger than me. And
A nice big family.
very fortunate. It is a very big family, but we can't complain. I mean, Dad tried his best, so.
that is perfect.
True.
So you mentioned your mom. What about your dad?
What about my dad? My dad was a very, how can I put it, a very militant person. Obviously, since I was the eldest, it never allowed me like to give error of mistakes. So I was always meant to keep that perfect image, whether being going to school, things like that, you know. So the pressure was always on me as the eldest.
So was he present in your childhood?
Yes, he was very much present in my childhood. Like, I mean, I would always remember being so naughty, and he would be giving me a handful. Like,
so he was that one.
Yeah, he was that one. Like, really, like, hey, boy, you need to listen up. You need to listen up.
So walk us through the rest of your journey. Tell us about Peter.
Well, Peter, how did Peter become Peter today? Peter's journey actually started in high school. Let's be honest, because in primary, I basically never actually thought I would be here or living the life that I am. Peter was always like a childish person when it came to primary, until his father passed away.
Oh, my condolences.
Thanks.
And at which point in your life was this when your father passed away?
That was basically in 20. Mind you, I'm bad because it's been a very long time. So it's probably around 2017, 18 that time around.
So you were quite young. Yeah?
Yes, I was quite young, so I had to mature very fast, and yeah, it is part of life. And that's when now my siblings started looking up to me in terms of things like, you know, needs. I had to step up, and I had to put my career at the side, because they are the first priority.
So this career that you put aside, or what career was that?
Well, honestly, that career was basically engineering. So when I was a kid, I always wanted to make my own first car. So basically, how my car wanted to be like, you know how like cars that like have you read in the Bible where Enoch where he ascended from heaven?
Yes, yes.
Where they spoke of a chariot with flames. So I actually thought of that idea. I was like, oh, no, why don't I make a car like that, you know? But
Oh, okay, okay.
but
Well, I mean, you should still do that. Eh?
I mean, I'll try.
I'll ride in one.
I'll try. But as time went on, I wouldn't say it faded away, but I think that maybe God placed me back into that situation where I should be back into that field.
So, you know, I want to know about this part here.
Okay.
From the part where you put your career on hold, is that where things took a turn?
I mean, yes, definitely it took a turn because I had to do things which I was not even capable of doing, like business law. This example. The reason why I wanted to take business law is because I wanted to take the short, narrow road
To success.
to success, which unfortunately it's not the case because success doesn't actually come overnight.
So, what did success look like for you at the time?
Well, success for me was more like back at that time, it looked like where I should take care of my family, you know, my dad should sit down happy, you know. All those jibby jara, what you call these things that little kids do.
Oh, okay. So then what happened with business law? Did you pursue that?
Technically, no, I didn't pursue that because honestly, I did not have the fund. But but now God took me into another direction again, which was like graphic design. I started learning graphic design via short online courses, and
Okay.
at some point I became so good that some people started hiring me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So so when you got hired, was this after high school or was it still during high school?
This was after high school, mind you. It didn't come immediately. It came like prior, like after. We're looking like after 2 years.
Okay.
After 2 years of me finishing my matric, so those 2 years was pretty rough for me, trying to find ends meet, and you know, and mind you, at that time I did not have proper documents.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of like tough.
So it was a sticky situation trying to
situation
find work and all of
for
that.
me. So I really was at my lowest at that time.
Ooh. And so now with the documents, was there a way for you to get them, or was it a matter of funding?
It was not. It was not a matter of funding. It was a matter of, you know, the environment that held me back a bit. So that was the case, and like they say, sometimes when doors are closed, another way is open. So I think that's what happened.
Oh, you know, you mentioned, you know, when you submitted your story, you mentioned that at some point in time you were working as a security guard.
Yes, I was. I was working as a security guard, and that time my peers are going for big corporate jobs.
And this is just after high school.
This is just after high school.
Oh, yeah.
You can imagine.
I can imagine that.
And you can imagine the embarrassment on my face, telling them that, oh no, this is the type of job I work. And you hear a friend saying, nah, I'm doing my second year, I'm doing my
And that thing
third
is hitting you
year.
deep, eh?
So it kind of hit me like very, very much into the soul. So I'm like,
Oh,
it's, I can't even lie to you. That was just the God's grace telling me to get humble.
how long did you work for the security company for?
This was after like 2 years getting the graphic designing job. So after like I met very special individuals that opened up ways for me that I thought that I would never imagine that where I'm standing.
While you were working as a security guard?
Pardon?
So this happened while you were working as a security guard?
Yes, this was happening while I was working as a security guard.
Okay, now these individuals sound interesting. Tell me about those guys. Who are those guys? How many were they? Their names, if you're able to name them.
Okay. The first that I would love to thank is Ngoni, because I mean he really pulled my ears just for a short while. Like I was losing sight, but he put me back.
So he came in as like a big brother, sort of guardian angel.
Yeah, like a guiding angel, and
Okay.
you know, and I really thank him for that. I really thank him because it's only God can put what you call these people into your life.
Wow. Well, before we get into more of these guys, let us head over to an ad break, and when we come back, we'll dive deeper into who the rest of those guardian angels were, rather.
Jesus took bread, declared it his body for the disciples, and commanded them to do it in remembrance of him. He then took the cup, calling it the new covenant of his blood, and instructed them to drink it in remembrance of him. On this coming Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning at our Good God Church headquarters in Saradine, Johannesburg, we are going to have our Lord's Supper with our Reverend Pastor Maria Anyisi Mwakasanj, number 5 Barrow Street, Saradine. Good God Church.
Welcome back from the ad break. We're going to go back into Peter's story. He was telling us about the guardian angels that he met while he was working as a security guard. So, Peter, you told us about a guy called Ngoni,
Okay.
who stepped in as an elder brother to you,
Okay.
pulling your ears in the right direction. In what ways did he do that?
Well, I mean, I did have honestly, I did have guardian angels. I mean, I did have what older brothers, like sort of like, let's just say cousins. But I wouldn't say they impacted my life the way Ngoni did. The way he kind of like put it, he was like, "Look, I've been in your situation, and as a man, you need to step up. You need to step up, whether you're down low, you know." He told me like, no, I used to go from house to house, you know, household to household. So, and it was like, it was really bad for him, you know.
And you could relate to that.
Yeah, and I could very much relate, because I mean, at that time, I'm staying, mind you, I'm staying with my stepmom, which I don't like calling her my stepmom, but due to unforeseen circumstances, we are here where we are. So, unfortunately, but I have no ill treatment towards her or the family that raised me. They raised me very well. I'm not against it, but hey, it's for the best.
So I know this might be a touchy subject, but so earlier on you mentioned that in your childhood you grew up with your mom. Then now you're mentioning the stepmom. So what happened to your mom?
Well, it's more like my dad's story to tell, but I can also tell it. So my dad was a very, how can I put it, a womanizer. So when he actually fled with us when he came here to South Africa, and
So you left your mom that side
yeah,
in Congo. Oh,
and
okay.
honestly, I only started knowing my mom very recently. Like, how recently are we talking about? We're talking about like, what year are we? We are in 2025, right? I started knowing her from 2024. That's how I'm trying to build the whole.
So it's only been a year now since
It's only
you
been
reconnected with your mom.
Yeah, it's only been a year since I've really reconnected with my mom.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And how the story went is, after he passed away, that's when we were put in the hands of my stepmom. But obviously, my stepmom was not entirely into my life or my sister's life, because she was always traveling. So unfortunately.
Oh, but I'm sure she wasn't like the typical stepmom's stereotype, was she?
I mean, to some degree, you could say that she was, but not to say it's a yes or a no factor, but I could say that she loved us equally. That I could not dispute, but she drew the line when it came to my dad's family.
Oh.
So yeah, that's where things started getting a bit shaky.
Oh, so was your dad still with her when you were living with her? Or?
Yeah, at some point, yes, my dad was, but unfortunately, what kept them from not like parting ways like that is because that's when my little sister came in. Because already at that time, my dad was already looking for another woman.
While with your stepmom?
While with my stepmom. So
this guy didn't play.
This guy didn't play. So I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a very touchy subject, but I mean,
it had to happen.
It had to happen. So
how did that now propel you into taking on the advice of Ngoni?
Well, what propelled me was the fact that he came in like you said, he came in like an older brother figure, and the way he also represented himself, like. Have you ever watched those movies as a kid where when an angel falls from the sky? And
yeah, I've seen those.
So he kind of like came like that in my life. So, and my heart at first when we met each other, we were gym buddies.
Oh, so you went to the same gym as well?
Yes, we were gym buddies because I was like, hey brother. I go to Virgin Active and I see you work out a lot, so would you mind if I just, tag along with you? And mind you, at that time, I'm expecting a no.
Oh, so you were still like, were you guarding like in the street or like what?
Yes, I was guarding in the streets. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I was guarding in the streets.
Oh, okay.
So, and he was like, no
So
problem.
He lived in the street as well?
Yeah, he lived in that street. He was like, no, not a problem.
Oh, okay.
Does tomorrow sounds fine? I'm like, yeah. And at that time, I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm gonna do night shift and then I'm gonna be filthy as hell. So how will I? And he actually took me to his count that day, and then we became like gym buddies for like a whole month.
Okay.
A whole month, and we started gymming together. Bro, that guy gyms. He's the reason why I have this physique today. Today, I won't even lie to you.
I wouldn't know now.
He's the reason, because I was very unfit, and every time we would go to the gym, he'll be like, let's start with leg day. I'm like, leg? Are you insane? He's like, no, I like starting with legs all the time. And he has like a very like V-shape, what you call this physique. So I was very impressed. I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. And next minute for me it felt like hell on earth, doing all those.
Yeah, I can imagine. Imagine.
And then at some point, we were at the. I remember we were at the. Is it a sauna? Yes, the sauna. Some guy came to us, and and he was Nigerian, and he started speaking. He started just preaching the gospel. Mind you, at that time we are all in the sauna. We heating up, and nobody's trying to hear you preach. Yeah. And then some Nigerian guys just started preaching, and then my heart just said, "Hey, Ngoni, what church do you go to?" And then I don't know, he just said Cornerstone. I'm like, oh, really? Cornerstone? Oh, okay. I've been there, but I told him the truth. I've been there, but I just feel a bit, filthy coming back. And then he's like, that's where now you come back to God.
So you choose that one.
Yeah, that's where you come back to God. And then I was like, okay. I don't feel comfortable coming back. He's like, no, don't worry, I'll pick you up. Don't worry about that. What a generous soul he was, telling me to come pick me up. And I was just like, okay, I will see you from there. And then with him being in my life, it led me to getting baptized.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so honestly, I came from a Catholic home.
And that is quite a kind of a hard transition.
Yes, Catholic, you are actually baptized by birth. So basically, it's not like it's your choice of baptism. So, and then when I actually transitioned to getting baptized in Cornerstone, and I wouldn't say I'm a very perfect person. I wouldn't say that there's still more challenges in my life. Like I feel like I still battle with a lot of things, with anger, a little bit of lust, but I wouldn't even lie. We're being honest.
Well, I mean,
here.
honesty is the best policy.
Yeah, we're being
right?
honest here. So I try to avoid social media as hard as possible. But I mean, if it's for work, then
Then you do have an exception for that.
yeah, I have an exception for that.
All right. So now, how did Ngoni take you from being a security guard? Is he the one that took you out of the security guard job, or how did that come about? How did you transition from that?
Honestly, it more like it happened like this. It's like I don't know how God used him, but he came. He kind of like knew that I had graphic design, what you call the skills in me, and then he was like, "Hey brother, there's this company that is looking for people. Are you able to work?" He's like, sure. I remember that time, her name is Ma Teresa, but may her soul rest in peace.
She's passed on.
Yeah, she passed on. At that time, I'm like, will I even manage?
So he just came out of nowhere and like, hey, there's this job.
There's this job, and your job is about to finish. In
Oh,
my
so
head,
he knew that your contract with the security company was
yeah,
about to end.
it's gonna be done. And in my head, I'm like, it's stressful. And he just came. He's like, no, brother, I think I have an alternative for you. You can work here, and that's where now I got into this kind of company called Izipo.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where I met Ma Teresa and lovely people like Naledi, and yeah, it was a whole great experience for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how long did you work there, and how did that, how did you move from that? Did you move from that, or are you still there? How did that go?
Currently, I'm not working for them, and I really thank them for the opportunity, honestly. How it went down was that I do not want to mention her name, but she was kind of like stealing from her own family, because she was the niece's boss, which was Ma Teresa.
She was also working there.
Yes, as well. So I won't lie, I kind of also feel guilty, because also she also kind of like showed me how to do it. And yes,
Okay.
oof.
Guys, we do not condone any
No, we do not.
theft of any sort.
No.
None
Don't
whatsoever.
Don't try that. Don't try that.
This is a story of repentance. It is, right?
It is.
Okay. Cool.
It is. So yeah, and it got to some point where her family started noticing that she's been
Stealing from them.
from them, like exploiting a lot of money. Like every time they'll be asking, how is this that this amount of money is not in there? And she'll be like, no, we didn't make enough money and all that stuff. Yeah, it got to some point until she got fired, and she took some stuff with her. So
she took some things with her.
yes,
Wow.
things with that. So
Wow.
yeah.
And then what happened from there?
And then what happened from there was that since they brought in someone called Kelvin. Kelvin came, and then all of a sudden, boost started happening. Like sales started happening very much. And at one time, when I forgot to put money in the envelope, they thought I was stealing. So for me, it felt like you watching me, you telling me I'm a thief, And
Right, I get you.
yeah, so I told myself, I'm like, I'm not gonna work in an environment where between both of
There's
us
no trust.
there's no trust. So I told myself, no, thank you very much.
You left.
And then I left
Oof.
out of my own free will.
So you're going to tell us what happened after that when we come back from the ad break.
Jesus took bread, declared it his body for the disciples, and commanded them to do it in remembrance of him. He then took the cup, calling it the new covenant of his blood, and instructed them to drink it in remembrance of him. On this coming Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning at our Good God Church headquarters in Saradine, Johannesburg, we are going to have our Lord's Supper with our Reverend Pastor Maria Anisi Mwakasanj, number 5 Barrow Street, Saradine. Good God Church.
Welcome back to Deep Chats. That was we just came back from an ad break now, and before the ad break, Peter was telling us about how he worked for this company called EasyPro, and somebody taught him how to steal from the company.
Yep.
Not me, that was Peter. But anyways, so since you've now left the company, what happened after you left the company? Is that where you reached your what would I say, the lowest point in your life? If that wasn't, then what was the point that you'd call the lowest? At a point where you sat down and you're like, yo, if there's ever been a God out there, I need to see him now.
Yeah, no, definitely that actually happened when I was baptized like 2023.
Okay.
In 2023, where my lowest point came in was like, I looked at my life and really thought to myself, I was like, this was also before because bear with you, I left these people not also a long time ago, like we're talking 2024 as well, but 2023 is the time where like where everything started now opening. Remember, when you get baptized, the things that you were facing before, it just intensifies.
Yes, true that.
Like if you thought that sin was bad when you're not baptized, my brother.
When you get baptized, I was trying to show you that, my brother, you are fighting for your salvation.
You're fighting now for your salvation, and I keep fighting for it every day.
So what was the lowest point? Can you tell us more about that?
The lowest point was when I looked at myself and really told myself, am I really going to live like this?
What was happening at the time?
At that time, I was dealing with, like I said, my dad passed away, and I still had although I had my stepmom, but I still had a void that no mom, you know. My siblings, with my siblings, is totally different.
Also, now your dad had, may his soul rest in peace, passed away, and you are still staying with your stepmom now.
Yeah, I started staying with my stepmom, and I think that's where now I started developing like serious nasty attitudes, serious like anger issues.
Was it towards her or just in general?
To the world, honestly, because I kept asking myself, why would he go? Why at that time? You know, it just unnecessary hurt from my side. And if you didn't know this, I'm also a victim of suicide.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a victim of suicide. What really happened was that this was right after matric. The pressure was normal for me. The pressure was just getting too much for me, that to a point where I just wanted to kill myself. And what actually happened was I was supposed to fetch my sister. I didn't go fetch my sister, and then obviously the whole household is on your case. Yeah. And then in my head, a voice is just telling me, you should go, you should go, you should go, you should go, you should go. Yes. And then at some point I started even slitting myself, you know, finding the weakest point where like I can just die very fast. And what happened was that my step uncle just came inside. He's like, hey, yo, what are you doing? And then, you know, that's when like I kind of felt like something went out of me and then just disappeared.
Oh, and that's when the suicidal attempt, the suicidal thoughts
removed. Got out.
Just like that?
It just vanished like that.
Oh, wow.
So I felt like maybe God was telling me, that's not your time. So...
I thank God for your uncle that came in, because...
Yeah, I
It
mean,
would have
God used him
been-
as an instrumental too, because if not, I would have gone deeper and cut myself.
And wouldn't be here today.
Yeah,
hearing
no,
the
true.
story.
Wouldn't be here. Very, very much so. So yeah.
Oh, so what happened after that? You know?
After that, I started seeking God. I started seeking God slowly but surely, but it wasn't just immediately. It was more like slowly and gradually.
Oh, okay.
And mind you, as well, I also came from a program, Men of Honor.
Alright.
The Men of Honor program was a program that basically raises up people with Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay. I see
At that time, I didn't know what was the meaning of CHIP: character, honesty, integrity, and perseverance. I didn't know what was the meaning of it until I actually grew up.
You went to the Man of Honor.
And then became an actual Man of Honor. I really thought like Men of Honor, the program was just one of those programs where it's just there. And I really also just got to met a really awesome person, Peter, and he's still in my life and he's still helping me till today, giving me advices, and he's been there through most of the time for me.
Oh, so it's a Peter helping Peter situation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I really hope God blesses him with his business as well, because he's also going under a lot of stress, and I hope. And congratulations to him as well for getting married. Really, very
congrats
soon.
to him.
Yeah. So, and we've been, I don't know, we've been, there's a stereotype. I hate to say it, but there's a stereotype that white people and black folks, they cannot coexist like that.
Yes.
They cannot understand each other's trauma. But I felt like he understood my trauma, and he was willing to even help me to some point where I even started going to Christmas gatherings, family gatherings with him, and
No, I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. So after you came out of the company Zippo, I think. What happened? How did you manage to transition to what came next in life? In fact, what came next?
What came next in life was me staying home and really sobbing about what you call these jobs and all that time, and I think also God answered me when Michael invited me to a boot camp. We no phones for maybe 3 days. It was 3 days, and we were just praising the Lord, and I really thank Him because that time I was like, what should I do?
Exactly.
What should
So
I
why
do?
not praise the Lord?
Why not praise the Lord? And when I actually came out of that, it got me to referrals. I met a brother called Austin. Austin helped me out. I was like, hey, since you have done graphic design before and all that stuff, I just wish you, don't you mind working or helping the Soweto company? I'm like, sure, not a problem. And then that's when I met Josie, and Josie is a very lovely person, Cameroonian as well, and she on the spot was happy with my work, and he was like, no, I can work with you,
Okay.
And that's
So now our doors seem to be opening now.
yeah, those were seeming to be opening, and I feel like it's still opening still now. Remember, my time is not yet done.
Yes.
My time is not yet done. So I started opening slowly by slowly. And then that's when now the opportunity I worked with, because remember that time it was 2024. I was doing a project for her the rest of 2024 until when it came January, she was like, no, you should work for me and all that stuff, and boom. That's when now my brother Ngoni came in.
So Ngoni came back again.
Ngoni came back again.
Uh-huh.
Was like, hey, yo, brother, here's the thing. I'm looking for someone to work with, and all that stuff. I don't know if you are keen. And then he's like, hey, you go, the technician, manual guide, and Yeah. Please read it for a week. I expect you in a week to come back and to know everything. And I'm sorry, Ngoni, but I never read that thing. I just summarized it.
So you never actually read.
No.
So you're given this manual to read,
Yes.
which would now run you through how to be a technician, and
But-
you never read it.
And I never read it. I just summarized it. On the day.
How do you summarize that? Anyway, never mind. Right.
hey, because I don't know if your guys have ever used this technique in high school, cram pass and
The
forget.
CPF method.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that one.
Cram pass. So I was actually using it
To cram pass.
and
But like, I mean, if this is gonna be your job, shouldn't you be planning on not forgetting?
at that time it was like I was just taking it lightly, saying that
Yeah,
it's just
one of
another
those-
job. Maybe it's just gonna pass, you know. But nevertheless, that I knew that I was gonna be actually in the industry.
So tell us more about this, but wait, let us go to an ad break, and when we come back, Peter's going to tell us exactly what happened and how he managed to master being a technician without reading the handbook. Let's go to our ad break.
Jesus took bread, declared it his body for the disciples, and commanded them to do it in remembrance of him. He then took the cup, calling it the new covenant of his blood, and instructed them to drink it in remembrance of him. On this coming Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning at our Good God Church headquarters in Saradine, Johannesburg, we are going to have our Lord's Supper with our Reverend Pastor Maria Anisi Mwakasanj, number 5 Barrow Street, Saradine. Good God Church.
Welcome back from the ad break. We had Peter run us through how he came from Izipho to the lowest point in his life, and now where he's about to work for Ngoni's company. Ngoni handed him a handbook for him to study, but he didn't. Let's find out more on what happened after that. So when you went back to Ngoni now, and you were supposed to, I'm pretty sure he wants to know what you've learned. What happened? What did you learn?
Okay, tricky question. When he asked me what's a media, what's a DTF, you know, I was just standing there looking puzzled. I'm like, I've never been so embarrassed in my life. And he was like, you need another week, you know. And in my head, when someone says another week for it, means maybe you might not get a job.
Yeah, the 50-50 situation.
It's not, now it became a 50-50 situation. And I was like, nope. I told him, no, brother, I will learn it as I go.
Okay.
And that's what I started doing, and it became very good. You know, I started learning different machines, and I'm still learning different machines till today.
So you're still working there now?
Not technically working there, but you could say I'm like a freelancer at the moment.
No. So how did now Ngoni bringing you there put you in the position that you're in today?
Him bringing me there brought me like a whole lot of experience. What experience? What I mean by experience? It usually take people 5 years to learn such a thing, but I had to master it within months. And thankful to God as well. I had someone who has actually also experienced in that thing, so I was learning as I was going as well. And you know, and that's when, because I was also trying to juggle what you call this, the roller rink, and being also with Ngoni.
Also, you're working at a roller rink
as well.
Also,
So
now things seem to be opening up.
yeah,
You know, doors have been
juggling,
opening
and
up
then you know, and then when things were opening up, and then that's when I hit another rock bottom.
now. What happened there? Just walk us through that very quickly.
Well, basically, remember I told you that I had problems with my papers. My papers kind of like backfired on me because Ngoni was having enemies, and his enemies got through us. So we got arrested because of his enemies.
Wait, like work-wise?
Work-wise enemies.
Also, you got arrested on the job?
Yes, on the
Oh.
job. So it was you know, a bit humbling as well, because I was feeling like
Now I've made it now. I'm now a master technician.
Yeah,
I've made it now.
I made it. Boom.
Hey.
You down again, and then that's when now.
So you went to jail?
Yeah, I did.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to ask how you got out of that because I don't think majority of you guys want to know.
No, definitely no, not.
So, okay, so then you came out. I'm
Yes.
assuming you came out of jail, right?
Yes, I did come out of jail, but obviously I had a case pending on me
Oh.
because my documents were expired and I needed to go renew it. But thankfully, because at that time I was a freelancer, so Ngoni would actually help me out, and he's still helping me out. Let's not dispute that. He's still helping me out. Get few cash here and there, and then that's when now I saved up and went to Durban, and then that's when now in Durban I found a lot of troubles because I had to pay a lot of money for my documents. But thank Lord, people like Ngoni, Michael, Peter, Lelo. Sorry, I forgot to mention him. Lelo came through.
I'm just curious. Out of curiosity, how much is a lot of money?
Well, just let's say that I spent close to 6,000 when I went to Durban.
Wow, that is a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for
To get your documents
to
done.
get my document done. I spent closely to that, and yeah, we just thank God that that paper came out, and it's good, and it's slowly opening up doors for me with the knowledge I have. Remember, since I wanted to do business law and I read books on business laws, it got me to where I am, where I can be able to fight for myself.
And where are you now?
Where I am right now is a person who's very independent, who knows what he wants in life, and who's willing to fight for what he knows in life. So I'm I wouldn't say I'm a business person because I don't like I wouldn't be able to start find a business where it is and raise it up. No, I want to see it where it was crumbling. See the foundation. You see, that's where also Ngoni's company was, the foundation, and then we grew up together.
So when you went there, the company was crumbling, it was bad, and then as you were working there, then it
No,
started
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was just at the foundation level. More like where it is right now. It's if you get me, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I think I get you. I get you. So, back then you told us what success looked like back then, when you still had dreams and aspirations of what you wanted to be.
Okay.
So now that you've come so far, what does success look like to you now?
Well, for me, it's more successful. Success looks like being comfortable and not lying to yourself. What I mean, not lying to yourself. Don't chase the bigger money. Chase what you have here. And also chase family. Family is the biggest what you call this love if you can ever get, because they love you before even everyone loves you out there. So for me, success really doesn't matter about how much money I have, how much who's making. As long as I'm living my life peacefully, then.
Well, that is good. And so if Jesus had to look down at your life now, would he be happy with the person that you have become?
Would he be happy? I would say no. Because why? Because I still have a lot to do in this lifetime. I still didn't accomplish my purpose, because I'll be honest with you guys, it's not easy finding your purpose. Some may find it now, some may find it later, but I'm still also trying to figure out my purpose. And as I go through Christ, I hope also to find my purpose even more.
No, I love it. I love it. And thank you so much for taking the time to share the story with us.
All right.
So what is next for Peter?
What is next for Peter? What is next for Peter is that Peter wants to become an investor and invest into like different companies and different real estates. And I also want to go back to being a mentor. I mean, not being back a mentor. I mean, mentoring in Men of Honor.
Oh, okay.
Because I felt like I was very unfiltered to be in Men of Honor, but as I go through on the journey would help me to get there.
Oh, perfect. So, you know, in closing, what are you doing right now to make sure that you get to that point?
Well, right now, honestly, I've been slacking off a bit, but I thank for the cousin that I have who's really pushing me towards Christ. You know, the good thing about me, I have people that are always pushing me, and as I continue walking that path, maybe not a maybe, a definite that I will see God's hand halfway through.
True that. You know, you've seen God's hand clearly in your life, and you've encountered God. So to somebody who's in a situation like yours, somebody who, you know, is where you were, what advice would you give them? What would you say to them if you were to go back to yourself now, to your former self? What would you have said to yourself?
Honestly, I would, for someone who's going through this, please don't give up. Don't let the world determine who you are. Let Christ determine it for you.
I love that.
Because the world may say this, but follow what also Christ also said. See, what I mean by following Christ, what he says is not through the pastor, not through a brother, but by his word.
I know, I love that. I love that. I love that. Thank you very much for taking the time and sharing this story. It was a very touching, very sensitive story as well, and equally motivational. And thank you guys for tuning into today's episode of Deep Chats. I'm your host Kuzwai, and today I was here with Peter, who was enlightening us on his story and his journey and to where he is right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until we see you again in the next episode. Bye.